Well, we are 16 days away from the NFL draft in Green Bay, and tonight it's time for a first round mock on the Big D podcast. Before I bring in Dynasty Patrol, aka Tony, please subscribe, like, and share the Spunky Spectrum Sports YouTube page. See my content. Congrats to the Florida Gators winning the national championship last night, and I'm all over Justin Thomas winning the Masters. Also, check out the Big D podcast, Spotify, and also joining me, the only guy who loves the NFL draft as much, if not more, than me, that Dynasty Patrol, aka Tony Walsby. So, Tony, how we doing tonight?
Hey, doing great, Big D. Thanks for having me on, man. It is NFL draft season, and I could not be more excited. It's probably just because I'm a huge NFL guy more than any other sport, but man, the NFL offseason feels so long, and I'm so excited we finally got something NFL related coming up here.
Well, I mean, my friend Alex says the NFL season is the longest one, too, because Super Bowl happens in February, and then there's not a meaningful thing until September.
Exactly.
This year's draft feels interesting. I mean, from a fantasy standpoint, I mean, we don't have 6 quarterbacks likely to go in the first round. I think we all would agree Cam Ward's probably a lock at 101.
I've only got 3 quarterbacks going in the first this year, and the third one was even kind of iffy for me. I was kind of like, I guess.
Yeah. What do you see in Cam Ward? Because I mean, I like it. I like Cam Ward's upside, but I just wonder, especially this year in Miami, whether he's been in NFL offenses.
Yeah, so I am actually a big Cam Ward fan. When I watch his tape, he reminds me a lot of C.J. Stroud, and that he's a very accurate passer. Got a decent sized arm, very accurate. Doesn't really scramble around a lot. That game kind of reminds me a lot of C.J. Stroud's in that he's not going to take off on you, but he will stand back there in that pocket, read the field, drop dimes, and yeah, I'm a pretty big Ward fan.
Yeah, and also, in a way, get the ball out quickly. It's like teams are playing so much zone that getting those 3-5 step drops, that 15 to 20 yard range seems to be where the NFL teams all design their routes. So maybe arm strength isn't quite as important.
So I've always felt like accuracy was more important than arm strength, especially at the NFL level. And I feel like accuracy is just something you kind of can't teach. You know what I mean? You're either an accurate thrower or you're not. It's just something that can't really be taught.
Well, accuracy, I automatically think of Shedeur Sanders because I don't think there's a more accurate quarterback in this draft than Shedeur, but he's not athletic and without a big arm. But does accuracy still carry the same weight for Shedeur Sanders?
Yeah, I think it does because you're exactly right. Shedeur is equally a very accurate passer, doesn't have a huge arm, not athletic. Like you say, he's not going to take off on you. The biggest, and I like Shedeur Sanders, I really do, because of the accuracy. For the same reason I like Cam Ward, I like Shedeur Sanders. The biggest rub for me with Shedeur is that he played at Colorado, and he never really got to play anyone competition-wise. And when they did play top 25 schools, he didn't perform that well. So that kind of scares me when it comes to going into the NFL.
I guess the one good thing that helps is that Shedeur played behind a crappy offensive line in college. So, I mean, if Shedeur went to one of these teams with bad offensive line, so what? He's played behind crappy offensive lines his whole college career.
That's true. That's a good point. That's a good point. Colorado's offensive line is just awful. So that's a really good point. If he goes to a team with a bad O-line, he's ready for it.
And the running game was even worse, if you could believe it.
Yeah. They definitely had Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter and pretty much nothing else over there.
So, I mean, for a third quarterback, I think it's going back and forth. I've heard a lot of people like Jackson Dart, the quarterback from Ole Miss. I don't know what to think of Dart because that Lane Kiffin system is so quarterback friendly. I mean, is Jackson Dart your third quarterback, or do you have maybe a surprise?
Yeah. So Dart is the third quarterback I have in my mock. I'm not a fan. I don't think he'll do well. I don't see his skills translating over to the NFL very well. But, teams are quarterback hungry. They need quarterbacks. And for that reason alone, I think he'll be a first round pick. I just don't see him actually having much success in the league.
Yeah, I mean, and then you look at Jay Newell, who's got a lot of ability. I mean, he can flat run the ball, throw the ball 90 yards, but Jay Newell's biggest strength is his deep ball. I mean, Jay Newell's not really an accurate passer, and frankly made way too many mistakes. Now, there was a lot of good. I mean, that 4th and 30 pass in the Iron Bowl, but I mean, I feel does Milrow become the third quarterback, or is he more a day two pick?
So yeah, Milrow, I definitely. I mean, I guess I could see a team trading up, like with the Eagles or Chiefs, to 31 or 32 to take him at the end of the first, just so they can get that extra year on his rookie contract. But Milrow is very interesting because to me, he's like the exact opposite of Shador Sanders. Like Shador Sanders is very accurate, stand there in the pocket, pick you apart, not very athletic. He's very polished. Jalen Milrow is the exact opposite of that. He's not very accurate. He's not really going to stand in the pocket and pick you apart. He can't really read the field that great, but he's got a cannon for an arm and he'll take off on you. He kind of reminds me of Shoelace Robinson, Denard Robinson from Michigan from years ago. That's what Jalen Milrow's game reminds me of. And so he's very raw. I could see him having success at the next level in kind of a Justin Fields capacity. It's just that he's so raw that his game would really have to be developed first.
I feel like, especially with Dart and Newell, both of those guys are guys I wouldn't play for a year or so. Like, I think Cam Ward could play day one. I think Shador can play day one, but Dart and Milrow don't look ready to me.
Agreed. Yep, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Running back wise, you know what? This is one of the best running back drafts I've seen in a long time. I mean, Ashton Jeanty looks like a stud.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. I mean, he's easily the best running back prospect to come out since Bijan Robinson. And yeah, I mean, he almost broke Barry Sanders' freaking college rushing record last year, which tells you how rare of a record that is that Barry Sanders holds that record. I mean, crap, Barry Sanders hasn't been in college in 40 years. So it tells you how rare of a record that is that GT almost broke. And yeah, that kid is just a monster. He's something else.
Yeah, Jeanty reminds me of LT when he came out of TCU.
Oh yeah, I can see that for sure.
And then and then the other top running back in this draft, that being Quentin Hampton from North Carolina. He's like, I think he's an all everything back.
Yeah, Amara and Hampton. Yeah. So I actually have the next three backs all kind of in the same tier because they all kind of do stuff well and kind of complement each other a little bit. Amarian Hampton, who you just mentioned, Travion Henderson, and Quishon Judkins from Ohio State. I have all those three ranked kind of all together as like competing for like the second best back in this draft.
I think Hampton's probably the best of all three. Like, I think Hampton can be a 300 touchdown. To me, Henderson's got more home run ability out of the Ohio State backs. Like, he could take the top off defenses. Junkins is a bigger running back, but I think both of the Ohio State running backs will be players in the NFL this year.
Oh yeah, for sure. And if you're trying to decide who's the best of those three, I don't know. Like I think Travion Henderson is easily the most complete because like you just say, he's got that home run ability, that the other two don't have as much. And he can catch passes out of the backfield a lot better than the other two. So Henderson's easily the most complete back of the three, but Amari Hampton and Quishon Judkins will both just truck you over, and Trevion Henderson ain't going to do that. So to me, that's why they're all three pretty equal.
I think Hampton can catch the ball and he can run too. So I think Henderson may be more of a third down back, which isn't bad in PPR.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, no, I definitely think Anderson's got it in him to be a full down back in the league, but we'll see.
Yeah, wide receiver wise, I mean it's a decent receiver draft. I mean, but there's not there aren't the stars like I wish Ryan Williams and Jeremiah Smith were draft eligible because those guys be the top two receivers in this draft.
Yeah, very true.
But we have to wait till 2027.
Yes, we do.
I think the best receiver in this draft is T. McMillan. I mean, sure, may not be the fastest guy, but I think T. McMillan reminds me a little of Drake London.
Yeah, I can see that. Ted is also my favorite wide receiver in this class. I mean, he can make spectacular catches. He's got great body control, and yeah, I don't mind the Drake London comparison at all.
And then trying to think who else. I've heard Matthew Golden has shot up draft boards. Like Matthew Golden can flat out run, and seemingly these Texas receivers can all run 40-yard catches.
Yeah, that's the thing about Golden. I don't really see it when I watch his tape. I think he's going to go in the first round. I think he's going to be a first round guy. I think he could even be the first wide receiver taken off the board, but I just don't agree with it. I don't see it with his game like I do the other top guys in this class.
Now, was part of it maybe Quinn Hughes throwing him the ball, though?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Quinn Ewers gets a lot of hate. And like when you look at his stats, they're not bad. He had a killer pro day. And I mean, I don't know. I think he brought Texas to playoffs. I don't think Quinn Ewers deserves the hate that he gets. Having said that, I think Arch Manning is going to make him look terrible this year because Arch is going to take that team to the next level and just set college football on fire.
Well, you hope so because Ohio State and Texas played the first game, and trust me, being a Michigan fan, I know you love a Texas butt kick in that game.
Damn right.
And plus, I think you guys play Oklahoma the next week, right?
I believe we do. Yes.
Well, speaking of Big Ten tight ends, how about there are a couple of good tight ends in this draft? Tyler Warren from Penn State and Carson Loveland from Michigan. Warren, can he play quarterback? Could he play fullback? Could he be a wing team running back? Could he be a long snapper? I think he'd be a wide receiver. Heck, he might drive the bus to the stadium.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah. I mean, of those two, I love Colston Loveland. He's my favorite of those two in this class, just because of his pass catching ability. And I definitely think Warren is the more complete tight end, but Loveland is better as a pass catcher and overall a better tight end.
Yeah, and I don't think, and I know people were worried about taking tight end early for what Kyle Pitts has failed to do in the NFL, but Brock Bowers set rookie records galore last year.
Yeah, at this point, I would think that the rookie seasons of Sam Laporta and Brock Bowers would have kind of put that at ease.
And plus, it also depends on what school you play at. Like, if a guy played at Iowa, I know he can play. If a guy played at Michigan or Penn State, I know he can play.
Yeah, that's fair.